Will I get hurt? Or will my child get hurt? I'm Scott Conway. I'm the master at the Guardian Martial Arts at GQ Dojo, GQDojo, DOJO.com. And one of the questions that gets asked a lot is, will I get hurt? If I train here, will I get hurt? Should I expect pain? And this will vary based upon the martial arts. Now, in the Guardian Martial Arts, of course, you're always subject to accidents. People will make mistakes. People will slip and trip. In our style, generally speaking, what you're looking at is the occasional bump, the occasional thump, and yeah, that's about it. You might slip, you might fall, you might bang something. But in other arts, you get in the ring, and there's people trying to hit you, and you're hitting people, and there's stuff going on that could result in some serious injury. In some martial arts, you're moving, you're doing stuff, you're choking people out, you're actually choking people out, you're cranking arms, and you're doing all kinds of stuff that could result in injury. Some arts are very acrobatic, and they're throwing things, and they're flipping around, and as you're doing these things, the risk of injury, of course, is much, much higher. In all styles, if you do it correctly, you shouldn't get hurt that much. But some of them have a much higher level of risk. And when someone gets hurt, the injury is much more severe. Other martial arts are much safer. Like you do Tai Chi Chuan, whenever these slow-flowing movements, well, the probability of getting hurt is incredibly remote. If you get hurt there, it might be an odd twist or turn, or you just tripped and you fell on your way into the school, just like you might get hurt in your everyday life. The particular one that I'm looking for, though, is, are we actually hitting each other? Is someone actually going to hit me? Am I expected to actually hit someone? Are we really pushing the body to the point where it could cause harm? Are there twisting movements that could damage my knee? Are we doing lots of jumping? Are we hitting lots of things? How many opportunities are there for me to get injured, and how often do people get hurt? Like for us, it's bumps and thumps. You might get an occasional bruise. Rarely someone gets anything worse than that. In some martial arts, you might get like a sprained wrist a lot if they do a lot of bag work and they don't have support at the wrist. And the wrist pops, people could twist their wrist, hurt their wrist. You could get sprains and strains, and these kind of things could be fairly common. For us, we believe in safe to be safe. Train safe to be safe. And that is a separate lesson. So if you can find that one, you'll learn a little bit more about our philosophy of that. But be sure to ask that question. Should I expect pain? Now, if you ask them, will I get injured? Most schools will say, well, you shouldn't get injured. They're very rare. But should I expect pain? Do people get hit? Will I be expected to hit anyone? And that's a very good question to ask, because if you're expected to hit someone else, if you're expected to throw someone else on the ground, chances are very high in your training that's going to be you on the receiving end of that sometimes too. And I don't want you getting hurt when you train. I don't want you getting hurt at all. So check out my Safe to Be Safe video. Train safe to be safe. This is Scott Conway, Master Scott Conway of the Guardian Martial Arts. Find me online at gqdojo.com, letter G, letter Q, DOJO.com.